Hello everybody. So in this part we're gonna finalize the remaining parts of the app. So we were able to show the list of forums. Now we wanna figure out how to do the trash can and to delete a forum and to display the like or unlike. Now to show this delete forum, it indicates in the instruction that delete should only be visible to the user who created the forum. So how do I do that? If you look at if I could do this forum, right? So that the forum, right, dot get created by, right, and you have the account ID, the user ID, right, is equal to m auth response dot account dot user ID. Then this means that the user who's logged in, which is the auth response, has an account inside it. If the user IDs are matching, right, else this means that the user created the person who created the forum, the user ID matches the user ID of the person who logged in, right? So now what we will do is this one, the delete forum, will be visible, right? Delete forum dot set visibility to visible, right? Otherwise it's invisible, right? Otherwise it's invisible. And then basically also I can set up the event handler here. So basically I can do here dot set on click listener, new on click listener. So basically if it's set up, I'll set up the event handler here, right? If that's the owner, this means that I'm going to handle a delete request, right? And here I'm going to trigger the delete request. But at the same time, here I'm not setting up any event handler. You know, I could set it up even to nil. I could set it up to null. But anyway, if you run this now, I'm logged in as a@a.com, right? And when you run it, you could see that Alice Smith is a@a.com, and she created that forum, and that's why the delete button is visible, right? So now actually if you look here, I could do log D just to show you, and demo, I could say this is the delete, this is the on click on that, and when you run it, log in again, and you could see when I click on delete, it should show up in the log. Look at, here's the delete. So basically I'm handling the delete. So basically when you click on that delete, I can listen to it, and this is how I could figure out if that person logged in or no. Now the like and not like is also very similar. So basically what we can do is the like is basically you could check to see if forum, you see here the forum has liked by, and it's a hash set of accounts. Perfect. So I do hash set contains what? Mauth dot account, get account. Here it is. So basically I can, let's also do get account here. So basically I could check to see if the list, the set of liked by contains that account, right? Else it doesn't contain it. So basically if it contains it or if it doesn't contain it. So basically what I could do is I could change the like based on that. So basically the like, the image view dot set drawable, or the resource, the set image resource r dot drawable dot. Now, if it's liked, if it's contained, then I'll say like favorite, right? The other one is not liked favorite, right? We'll copy this one, and here it is, not liked favorite. Now we run it again, and basically I'll log in, and it seems that a@a.com likes both of them. All right, perfect. So now you can check that here also. If you look at my data services, you will see that if you scroll down a little bit, you will see that liked by add account. The account is A for the first one, and also add account A for the second one. So A likes both. That's fine. So maybe we can log in as B and see what it happens. I don't know if B likes both. No, B doesn't like both. Okay, so now let's try to log in as B. So let's go here in the login. I'm gonna change it to B. All right, and then run this again. Okay, I log in as B, and it still likes both. So let's see what's wrong with that. It seems B also likes both. A, B, C, liked by account here, and one. Okay, let's log in as C then. I think C only likes it once, so let's see. But C doesn't have any. The problem with C is that C didn't create any forums, so we will not be able to test the delete. But anyhow, let's run C, and you can see here that C did not like any of them, right? So if you look at the data services, you can see that C didn't like any. So get like why C didn't like any. All right, cool. So now you could see that we are able to change it based on if it exists or it doesn't exist. So let's keep A. So because A has one of the forums, and we'll be able to test the delete. So now back again. So we are in the forums list, right? We have everything set up in the forums list, and basically it's just a list. Now we're changing what the list looks like based on who creates something and who doesn't. Now the like and not like is very straightforward. So now how do I trigger these events? So now let's see how. So basically, if I have to, let's say, delete a forum. So basically, the delete forum should happen somewhere here, right? When you are going to delete, it's going to happen here, right? When the user clicks the delete button, right? So now if you look, this function has to run in the background, and we'll do that. But you see here, there is delete forum. And basically what you need when you delete a forum, you need a token and you need the forum ID. Okay, so now basically when you do that delete, it's basically happening inside this holder, right? So basically this means that the holder needs to figure out what's the forum ID. All right, so now what if I just store the whole forum, and I'll call it M forum just for sake of naming here. So M forum, and how do I get it to set up? Here is when you're calling setup forum item. I'll do here, first line, I'll say this dot M forum equal forum. Right, so now this gives me the ability now to be able to do the delete, right? So basically in the delete, I need the token and the deletion of the forum that I would like to delete. So now where is the async task going to be? I'm just going to create an async task here. So basically I have an async task to do the forums. I'll also have another one class. I'll say delete forum task extends async task. Okay. And now the problem is that I need to pass it two parameters. Let's keep it as a string, just for the sake of experimentation here. String, and I'm gonna do a string for the error handling, and maybe a string for something else. I don't know what it's going to return. So let's see. And now do in the background. Let's do implement do in the background. Here we are. Now the problem is that I need to pass it. See, if you want to do delete forum, so data services dot delete forum, you need to pass it a string and a forum ID, which is a log, right? So now what I could do is I can create a constructor for this guy, right? And that constructor could get the actual forum, right? For example, and then we pass it the token as part of the execute. Yeah, possible, right? So I'll do that. So what I'm going to do is public this guy, and I'm going to send you a forum, okay? I don't need the whole forum. Maybe I just pass you the forum ID. That's enough, right? So just the forum ID. So let's say long forum ID. I can pass you the whole forum ID. And then I could say long M forum ID. I could say this dot M forum ID equals equal forum ID. Okay, and I can also send the token if I want to here also. I can send the token string, a string token, right? I could say this dot M, I create a token, string token, this dot token equal token, something like that. Call it M token just to follow the same naming scheme. M token, right? Here it is, M token. So I have passed it in the constructor, and this means that I'm not going to pass any information in the do in the background. I'm not going to pass any information here, so I'm going to make this void, right? And oops, sorry, I'm editing the wrong one. Okay, here is this one. It's the one I'm editing, void, right? And then the do in the background needs to be re-implemented. Let me go back again, implement methods. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like this. I'll say data services dot delete delete forum. I'm going to pass the token M token, and it's going to be the forum ID, right? Now it's not happy because so does it return anything? So data services delete forum, it doesn't return anything. So I'm not going to return anything anyway, you know. So, but what I can do is I could indicate if this was successful or not successful, you know. So basically what I could do, I could return a Boolean, right? And a Boolean, for example, here, and do a try catch, right? So this guy needs to be surrounded by a try catch. Now, if everything goes well, this means you are here. I'm going to return true. Otherwise, I'm going to just return false. You know, I could do something like that. You know, I can also do the on progress update and so on, but you see here, the on background doesn't receive anything, and it returns a Boolean, right? Then now what we could do is in the on post execute, what I could do is I could say if, now we could call this is successful, right? Just could say is successful. If is successful, then what do I need to do? Else, if is successful, what do I need to do? You know, if the delete is successful, I need to refresh that list. So basically I need to retrieve, get the new list of forums, right? How do I get the new list of forums? I just create new get forums task, right? Dot execute, and you pass it the M token. You need it needs a token, right? So basically to get the forums, you need a token, right? So you just do the same thing here. So basically the same exact thing that we did here. You create a new instance, you execute it, you give it a token. That what this guy is going to do is going to retrieve the new list which doesn't have the one that you deleted, right? And then it will refresh the list with the one that you don't have, right? So now let's see how we can call this delete. So basically the delete task is going to be called here, right? So I'll create a new delete task, but then this needs two parameters. It needs the forum ID. So I'll say m forum, or I called it forum. What did I call it? M. Okay, cool. It's not here. That's the create new one. It has to be in the adapter. The delete is in the adapter. Here's the delete. It's in the adapter, and here we are. So this is when you are going to delete. We'll say m. We'll say new, and we're gonna call it from the delete forum task. Delete forum task, and it needs two parameters. One of them is the forum ID, m forum dot get forum ID, and then the token, which is the m auth dot get token, right? And then dot execute. All right, so that executes the delete. Now, when the delete is executed, it will go ahead and delete the. It will go ahead and call this async task, right? And then this async task will schedule that task, and then it will do in the background. It will delete the forum. If everything goes well, then we return true. And if it's successful, we're gonna execute the other get forums task, which actually goes and gets the list of forums, and then it will refresh the list, right? So now if we run this, let's see if this is going to work. Here's the login. Okay. Now you see there is no delete button here, but there is a delete button here. If I click on it, I'm gonna click on it right now. I clicked on it. Takes a little bit of time, and boom, it did refresh. How did it refresh? The delete deletes the forum, so it gets deleted, and then after the delete is done, we go and get the new list using the get forum task, right? By scheduling the get forum task, and that will go and get the forum, and it will clear the list, repopulate it. See here, it will clear the list in the on post execute. It will clear the list, repopulate it with the new received list, and then notify the adapter that things have changed, and that's it. That's how we do this. Similarly, we're going to do the same exact thing for the like and unlike, okay? So basically when you are liking, you see here, the same scenario. It's exactly the same scenario. So if we go back to the adapter, there is a like and there is an unlike. So if we go here to the adapter, where is the adapter? Here's the adapter. That's in the function that we created, which is this one. Now we have a like and an unlike, right? So basically now we know that if it's like, this means we have we're gonna, if it's like, if you see data services, right, there is a like forum. You see here there is a like forum and an unlike a forum. So basically to like a forum, you just need to specify the token, the forum ID, and the either you want to like or unlike it. Okay, so basically what we could do is we can use the same very similar function to what do you call it, to to the delete task. So let's say we create a class, and again to do, let's look at it. So I'll call it, for example, like or unlike forum task, right? Extends async task, and I really don't know what parameters is going to need, so let's have a look. So basically what for us to do this, let's look at what the function data services dot like. I just need to figure out what will it need, what it will return, right? So for the time being, let's make them all voids. Void, and void, right? And now it needs to implement the methods, and here we are. Just for the sake of experimenting here, data services dot unlike, for example, it returns nothing. See here, it returns void, but it needs the token and the forum ID. Okay, cool. So now it will also need the token and the forum ID. So what we could do is we can copy the constructor that we have here, right? Here is the token and forum ID, and I'm gonna copy this here. Here it is, and basically you get the token, you get the forum ID. Now, also in addition, this is one async task to do either like or unlike. So basically, you need also a. I'll have also a boolean, for example. Let's say a boolean, and for example, like. So basically, are you gonna like it or not like it? So let's do that. Boolean m like. Okay, so are you going to like it or you want to dislike it? Okay, so now why will I do that? There are two methods. So basically what I'm going to do is that I'm going to come here and say if like you want to like it, right? Then I'm going to call a function, else call another function. So that function is going to be data services dot like, right? And then basically needs a token, m token dot, and then comma the forum ID. Okay, that's if you want to like it, right? And it also needs a try catch block. I'll come back to that try catch block. So it's surrounded by a try catch. Here it is. So I can, that's this one. And then similarly, we have another one here, which is this one is the unlike forum, also needs a token and the forum ID. Now, if you want to like it, we'll do that. If you don't want to like it, we're going to do that. Now, if everything goes well, we're going to return what? So let's say return a boolean, very similar to that, telling me if things are okay or no. Here is a boolean, and basically the do in the background will return a boolean, and then here we're going to return true, right? Similarly, if things went well here, we're going to return true. Otherwise, we're going to return false, right? Okay, very similar to the delete. You see in the delete, we return false if something went wrong, right? Here the like or unlike, we just return true or false based on if things went well or didn't go well. So basically, that's this one. Now, if we try to do this here, so basically that's the like or unlike, yes. And then after everything is said and done, right? So we need to go and do on post execute, and then same story, is successful. Check to see if it's successful or no, and we are here and say if is successful, then we're going to do that. We're going to do what? We're going to do exactly what we did for here, for get the list of forums as in the delete. Here it is, and basically we're just going to call the get tasks to reload the list and go from there. So now let's use this task. Now how we're going to use it is when we will go back to the adapter. Where is the adapter? The function inside the adapter, the view holder, and then here. Now this means that you liked it and you want to dislike it, right? So basically you already liked it and you want to dislike it. So we'll do this. We'll do say new, this one. Now we need what? We need the forum ID. So we'll say mforum.get forum ID, and then we'll say mauth.get token, and then you want to dislike it, so we're going to say false. So false, okay. And that's this one. This one dot execute. All right, so that's if you want to like it, you like it, and you don't want to dislike it. And then similarly, you don't like it and you want to like it. And now, so you'll do pass through that flag, like or not like, we just use one async. You can create two async tasks if that makes your life easier, but I just created one async task that does the same thing for both, right? That does two different tasks based on the parameters that you pass it. Okay, so one of them is going to like, the other one is not going to like. Now let's run it. Okay, and you log in. Now you see that I like both of them. Now let me click on here. Click on Okay, did it log me in as, let me just run it again. Okay, why did it change? That's pretty weird. So anyhow, there is something wrong with how it's doing this. Let me check something quickly. Okay, go back to the adapter. Maybe we messed up something in the listener. Okay, if it contains, oh, we don't call it here, guys. We don't call it here. We need to call it in, we need to create an event handler, right? So basically what we need to do is we need to create an event handler for the like and not like, not here. So here is the like dot set on click listener, new on click listener, right? And then here we have to check to see if you like it or no. And based on that, we have to check to see if you like it or no, and else if you don't like it. So basically this is if you like it already, and if you click on it, this means you want to dislike it. So here it is. Here it is. And then otherwise we call it here. Okay. Cool. So now this is just to show the image, which image you want. And then this one is to trigger the handler. So now we run it again. Here we are, login. Okay. And then you see nothing is happening. If I click on the heart here and wait a little bit, now the heart is removed, and you can see the number of likes is reflected. It's minus. Why? Because all of that stuff is updated by the data services, right? Now if we click on that heart now, you see this changed. Now if we click on the heart again, and it should show up now. Maybe I didn't click. Let's see. Okay, it didn't change. So there is an issue with the async task. Let's go back again to the async task, like or unlike. Now, if you do in the background, try this one, return true. Unlike. Okay, this is the like is not showing up correctly. Let's run it again. Okay, login. Okay, so I clicked on here, wait a little bit. Now it's unliked, cool. Now I'll click on it again. Okay, so let's see why it's not working. So basically what we're doing is, we're never setting up this like. So basically we have to go here and say this.mLike equals like, right? So in the constructor, when we pass that parameter, we never set it up here, and we're relying on that parameter to figure out if you like or you don't like. So let's try it again. So we log in, and now if I click on the heart, it will change to unlike, right? Now I'm clicking again on the heart, it should change to like. Here we're good. So basically you could see here that the like and unlike are working. So here is like, now I'm liking it. I click on it again, now I'm disliking it, and so on. So this works. So the like and unlike works. Now I have all the stuff that is needed to be done, and you could see, of course, in the requirements it doesn't say that I have to halt the UI clicking or the event handling while the async tasks are working. You know, we figured that this would be an extra thing that you guys probably would take more time from you. That's why we didn't include it in the requirements. Now, what we need to do is that when you click on one of these row items, you need to go to the forum details fragment, and we can do that also. But let's wire up these buttons and wire up some other things. So to do that, we need to create an interface, and we call it, for example, the forums listener. Okay, so here it is. And then basically one of them is go to void, go to forum details, right? So that's one of them, right? So that's one. And then void logout, out, right? So that's another one. And basically void add, go to add new forum, go to add new forum, right? So we can do something like that, right? And basically on here we need to create an listener, listener, here it is. And basically we are going to do the on attach Here it is, and I'm going to copy the on attach code from the login fragment. I already have it in the login fragment. Here is the on attach. Here we are. Here we go, and here we are. And the mListener should implement. Here we are. Here is the. This is all boilerplate again, and here we go. Okay, so that's the on attach, right? We are catching the listener, right? So now we just have to figure out. So if you want to go to forum details, probably you have to pass the forum, right? That you want to pass this information for forum, right? So that's something that we need to address, and then go to new forum and then the logout. Cool. So now if we go to the adapter and okay, so now we are here. We need to set up a handler to the actual row, right? So now to set up a handler to the actual row, we need to set up a listener to the item view, right? So we need the listener to the item view itself. So basically to do the listener to the item view, I'll say item view dot set on click listener new on click listener, and then basically here I'll say mListener dot go to forum details mforum. You know, I can do it like this because that's where I got it when you set up the event handler. It's here, right? So that's when you click on a forum and you want to go out, right? When you go to check that forum. So we're done with this one. Now, what if you want to log out? So basically, that's in the onCreate view. We have the logout button, right? So we have this is the new forum. So add the new forum, mListener dot go to add new forum, right? And then similarly here, mListener dot logout, right? So that's basically what is happening here. Now in the main activity, we just need to implement this method. So basically, I'll go all the way here. And I'll say comma forums listener, here it is, and basically I just need to implement the methods and we're good to go here. So now the logout is straightforward. So basically if you want to log out, so I'll just copy this one and here is the logout. So basically the logout, you just begin transaction, replace the current screen with the login screen and you're good to go, right? And maybe the mauth response equal to null, right? You just set it up to null. Okay. Now add new forum, we have to create that fragment in a little bit, but then add new forum, and then there is go to forum details. These are also other ones that we need to figure out here, right? Okay, so go to forum details, we already have an add new forum. We already wired up this here, but we need to create these fragments. Now when you run it, you could see that this is probably the most involved fragment in all of them, you know, which is you have the delete and you have the like and so on. And you have the logout. So now the logout, we wired it up, right? So we're good here. Now we need to create, let's say, add forum, right? All right, so let's go and create a new fragment. New fragment and blank fragment. And I will call it, for example, I'll call it create forum fragment, right? So I'll do that. Here it is. Now, you also have to ask yourself, does this require any parameters? And I think it will also require, you're creating a new forum, probably you require a token, right? So basically what I'm going to do, because you require a token, I can just pass you the token. How do I know that you require a token? Let's see, because if you try to call data services dot create forum, you need the token and then the title of the forum and the description of the forum. All right, cool. So you need this information, right? So basically you need a token. So to send you the token, I could just say parameter token, right? I'm going to pass you a token. Okay, cool. So here it is and here it is, and then this is called m token. Okay, and we don't need this one and we don't need this. So basically what I'm doing is that you just need to set up the key and the parameter, and then all of that stuff goes away. This is going to be the token, and we delete these guys, and basically this is arg token and token, and these go away. Similarly m token, and this goes away. It's a string, so arg token. So we're good here. We got our token, right? So we have the token, and then what we're going to do is similarly we'll say view boilerplate again, return view, right? Okay, cool. So now the name of the layout is forum 2. Actually, this is the name of the layout. It's the one I created. So it doesn't have a 2. So just create forum. Here it is. And the 2 one we don't need. I'll just delete it. Where's the delete here? Here's the delete. And we have our forum create. So basically when I run it, it should, oh no, it's not wired up yet. So basically now when you go to the main activity and you say, hey, I want to go to the add new forum, what we need to do is there is a we need to have a backstack. So basically this, and that's not new forum. We're going to do create forum fragment dot new instance mauth dot get token. Right, so that's what we're going to do, and then basically add to backstack. Add to backstack, and that's it. So that's how you add into new form. So basically, when you run it, let's see what happens. Login. Wait a little bit. Add forum. Here is the add forum. I can change the name at the top. That's the create forum. That's it, right? On create view, I can come here and say get activity dot set title. Title create forum. Here it is. Now we know that there is a layout already set up, so here's the create forum. I'll go and copy the code for the layout so that I could just do some. Okay, here we are. Control C, back again here, and we have these. This is the layout. You have an edit text, so you have to edit texts. Edit text. This is the first one. And the title is the second one. Here it is. Okay, so I already got the 2 edit texts. Here they are. And then similarly, I'll just have to do the buttons. So basically I'll say view dot find view by ID, r.id dot id dot, and here's the create forum, set on click listener, new on click listener. So that's the first one. And then the other button, I'll just copy this. Just change the ID. Cancel is this one, right? So the cancel, here it is. So basically that's this one. Okay, cool. So now we know that we are good here. Now we just need also to get the edit texts. This is the first one. The second one. Edit text is the first edit text equals this. Here we are. And then similarly the title. Okay, cool. So now when you click on submit, I just have to get string the title equal edit text title dot get text dot to string. So that's the first one. And the second one is going to be the description, DSC, and edit text description, get string to the, and then I could just have if the title is empty, else if the description is empty, else then I'll start off. And then there is a toast. Here's a toast, get activity, here it is, enter title, and similarly I can have the same thing with enter description. And then here we are going to do the remaining part, right? And then probably what we need to do is when you are done, we just need to pop the stack, right? So basically I need to go and tell it to pop the stack. I'll just create an interface and then say done. So interface, and this is the create forum listener, right? Void done create forum, right? Done with creating a forum. And then basically we need the on attach and the same stuff that we had in the on attach here. Copy this guy from here to here, create forum, on attach, here it is. And I need an mListener variable. Okay, create forum listener, and this is the mListener, and basically this one is of this type, and it needs to implement this. Okay, good. So that's the create forum listener. Here is the listener, and then when you are done, we just say done creating the forum. That's with the cancel and with the other one. So basically the cancel will go back anyway. Now go here and implement this method. Create forum listener, right? And it needs a, okay, here we are. And then all what it does is get support fragment manager, get support fragment manager.pop backstack. Good to go, right? Now we can test this. I think we can test this. Let's see. We'll log in, right? Let's wait a little bit until the list loads, and then we add a forum. Here it is. Cancel also works. So we can add a forum. Cancel also works. We're good. So seems to work. Things seem to work here, right? Okay. So now the create forum is here. Basically, I need an async task to create the forum, right? So now I know that the data services to call it. So now I need this async task to be here, right? So data services, the data services to call it, you need what? Data services dot add or create forum. It needs these parameters, all these parameters, and it returns back a forum. Okay, cool. All right. So I don't need actually that forum, but if it doesn't return a forum, probably it creates an exception, right? So basically, I'll treat it the same way. So basically, what I'm going to do is I am going to create an async task here. Okay, class async. I'll call it, for example, create forum task extends async task. Okay, and we'll look at the parameters in a little bit, and we're good to go here. Now I'm going to create a constructor because you could see the types of parameters are a little bit different. So because it needs, does it need, let's see, data services dot create forum. They're all strings. So basically I can pass them all in the, so basically I'll have them as strings. I don't need a constructor, a string, and then maybe a string. And I'm not going to return, maybe I return a forum. I don't know why I need it here, but anyhow, return a forum. And then this is the do in the background. Here it is, do in the background, and here we go. So now what we're going to send is data services dot create forum. We need the token, the forum, create forum. We need the token, we need the title, and we need the description. Okay, so there is a string token equal strings of 0, right? And then we need a title, string title equals strings of 1, right? Description strings of 2. So that's basically this. Data services dot create forum, the token, the title, description, right? So that's this. And then similarly we go here and try catch. Here it is. We return this guy, so we're going to return the forum that comes back, and we're good to go. Here it is. Okay, we're going to return null if something went wrong. I could do on post execute, and then here you say if the forum is not equal to null, listener dot done with the create forum, right? Else what we could do is we could do on post on progress update, right? And then we could show a toast here showing what the error message is. Values or get activity, get activity values of 0, right? So now if there is a problem, we'll say publish progress e dot get message, right? Something like that. Run it. Oh, now we never called this method, so now let's call it. So where are we going to call it here? If everything clears up, new create task, create forum task dot execute. We're going to pass the token first, execute, which is the token, token, and then we'll say the title and the description. Okay, so that's how we will do the execution of the creation of the forum. Let's run it. We log in. Okay, add forum. We'll say, for example, test title, test description. All right, and I click on submit. All right, here it is. Text title, test description. Now, why did it reload? It reloaded because the forum list calls the async task inside, or sets up the thing, the async task, which is the list, gets you the list, the latest list of forums in the onCreate view. And onCreate view gets recalled when the fragment comes back from the backstack. You know, so that's why you see it here, and you see that you own it because you are the one who created it, right? So add another forum, another test testing. Okay, and click on submit. And now you can see in a little bit it will show up. Here there's another test, right? And then you can even delete this one. So let's delete this one and wait a little bit. Here we go, right? So basically, we are able to add a forum. Now let's say we want to go and add comments to this forum and do all that stuff. So that's very similar to what we're doing here, you know. So anyway, so we were able now to create a forum. We're also able to log out. Here's the logout. Log in again. And we're able to add a forum. Test, submit. And here they are. And you can see here it is. Yeah. Cool. And you're able to like it. So for example, because this now becomes a valid forum. So now if I click here, you see I'm clicking on it. You unlike, you unlike, whatever. So here it is. Okay. So now we want to go and show the forum details. Cool. So now what we're going to do is when you click, we did it already. We already set it up in the adapter. When you click, see here, when you actually in the view holder, when you click on an item, we're going to send you the forum, the actual forum, right? And then that forum needs to be displayed in the next screen. Okay, so let's see. So now basically we are talking about the forum details. So let's create a forum details, new forum fragment, blank, and that's called the forum. Let's call it the forum fragment, right? So it's called the forum fragment, just the forum fragment. So that becomes the fragment that will show the forum. Now the question is that in the forum fragment, which is this screen, so we already done with this, and also the create, right? Now we want to look at this one. So basically this one needs a forum to display stuff, right? So basically we're going to send it that actual forum, right? Now also it needs to retrieve the comments, right? So basically there is a list that's going to, so it needs the forum, right? So it needs to retrieve the comments. And you see, if to retrieve the comments, you have to call data services, right? Dot get forum comments. And to get the forum comments, you need the forum ID and the token. So basically you need the token, right? That's something to keep in mind. Also, I need to know who the user that is logged in so that I could display this trash can or not display the trash can for the comments. Very similar to, so this means that I'm not going to only send the token, I'm going to send the whole mauth just for this purpose. So basically one of the parameters is going to be the auth, right? The auth token. And the other parameter is going to be my forum, right? The forum object, right? So basically the first one is the forum object, the other one is the auth parameter, right? The auth token, I mean, right? The auth response, right? So one of them is going to be a forum. Okay, and we'll call it M forum. The other one is going to be an auth token, right? So this is the auth response, which is going to be my M auth response, right? Okay, cool. So now we do the same thing here. So basically we are going to get, one of them is going to be the forum, right? This is the forum, right? So that's the first one. And the other one is going to be the auth response, right? So that's the auth response, right? And then Alt enter. Now the first one is put serializable. Similarly here, put serializable, and this is arg the forum, and that's the forum. And similarly, this one is going to be the auth, and here's the auth response, right? So basically that's what we're doing here. Similarly, the M forum is going to be get serializable, all right, and that's going to be the arg forum. Similarly, this one is going to be the M auth response, arg M auth response. And now it's not happy because it needs some casting. Oops. No, why not get string? Sorry, get serializable. Okay, now you need to cast it to that type. Why is it showing a string? M auth is a string? No, this is an auth response. All right. Similarly, I'm going to cast it again, and here we are. So here is the forum, and here is the M response. So I'm getting the forum, I'm getting my auth response, and similarly, I'm going to do the view again. View equals this. Right, here we go. And I'm going to return view, right? So basically, you see, I already implemented the forum details here, right? So basically the one I'm going to delete. So basically this one needs to be the forum. The 2 is the one that got created by Android Studio. Delete this one. Here it is. I'm going to return the view and we're good to go. So basically I'm going to pass I need to pass, again, as a reminder, I'm passing the forum because I want to display the forum, right? And then I'm passing also the auth response so that I can get the token to call the method, and also to be able to show the trash can or not show the trash can, because I need the user ID, right? Okay, cool. So now that's one. Now what we need to do is go here. So basically how do we go here is when you go to the main activity and the user says that I want to show me this forum. Here it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the same exact thing as add a new forum. Here it is. But instead of create the create forum, we're going to say forum fragment dot get instance or new instance. And then you need the forum. Here's the forum. And I need the auth response, which is stored in the, and then add it to the backstack. We're good to go. That will show the forum details, right? We can run it and see if this is going to work. There's login. Okay. Now I clicked on one of the rows, it shows up this. Cool. So we are here, right? So now I just need to change the title to show the forum details, right? So I can go in the forums fragment inside the onCreate view, and I could come here and say get activity.setTitle forum details. Right, so here we are. So I'm able to get the forum details. I am also able to show other information. So here it is. Click here, and here we go. So now what needs to show up? Let's have a look. What needs to show up? All I need to show up is the name of the title of the forum and the name of the person who created the forum. Cool, so I can do that. Let's go back here. I'll go to the code. I'll copy all of that stuff because I know that I will need to get the IDs and to avoid any problems. You know, it might look like it's taking a little bit of time, but it's not. Basically, it saves time because I'm not going to have any errors, right? So that's the view. Okay, here we are. Now I need some. Here's the text view. I have text views. First text view. So I'm done with these. This one already done. I have another text view, which is the owner name. Here it is. I have also the description, the full description. I don't need to summarize it to. Here we are. So these are the first 3, and then I have the comments, the number of comments. This needs the API to execute, right? So here's the number of comments, and then I have an edit text, which is the comment that if somebody wants to create a comment. So this is an edit text. Here it is. And then I have a button that I will set up an onClick listener for. Here's the submit button. Set onClick listener, new onClick listener, right? Here it is. And then similarly, there is a recycler view. So I need a recycler view variable. Here's the recycler view, and we're good to go. So I have already my parameters, my layout already set up. So now I'll do these. These are the text views. Here's the first text view. Do I really need these variables? You might, I don't know, but I think it's easier, safest thing to do is to have access to them if you need them. You know, here we are. Similarly, the description, here's the description one, and the number of comments one, here's the number of comments one, and we're good to go here. Now, the button is already set up, the edit text, so we can do the same thing to the edit text one, and the recycler view, so we need 2 more. So here is the edit text, here's the edit text, here and here, and similarly, the recycler view, I have the recycler view. Cool, so I have them. I also have the forum, so basically what I could do, I could say text view, forum title, dot set text mforum dot get title. We're good to go here. See, now also the owner, so I'll say text view forum owner name dot set text mforum dot get created by dot get name, right? So I have the name of the owner. Now the description of the forum, text the description, set text mforum dot get description. Here we are. Now if we run this, it should show up something. So something should show up. At least we should show the title of the forum. And so here we are. It's the title of the forum, the name and the description. Here's the title of the forum, the name and the description. This is the the number of number of comments. So what I could do is, just to start off, maybe I can make it empty. So basically I could say the edit text, not the edit text, number of comments. Just to start off, I'll say set text to something empty, just so that it doesn't show up like text view like this, right? Now I can handle the write comment stuff, straightforward also, right? So now the recycler view, I'm gonna use something really, really similar to what I did in displaying this one. So basically, when you go back, this is very similar. The recycler view is very similar. You just have some items. You don't have any buttons. You have one button, which is the delete button, right? So, but it's really, really similar. So we'll reuse a lot of that code. So anyhow, let's see. So basically, we are here. I need to get the list of comments. So basically, if you go and try to get the list of comments, now, set up the recycler view. We already have the recycler view here, right? So we can copy it from here. Just keep it, okay? I need an adapter for that recycler view. So I will have to create an adapter. So class comments adapter extends recycler view dot adapter. Okay, I'm gonna add type here first. Let's also have a class here. I'll call it, for example, the comment holder, right? Extends recycler view dot view holder. Here it is, and we're good to go here. Now the view holder needs a constructor, and here is that create the constructor, and here we go. The constructor is there. Now this guy needs here we are, and here we are. Now it needs this, import it, we're good to go. Now it needs also the methods to be implemented, implement the methods, and here we are. Okay. Now also keep in mind that whenever you say data services.get comments, you're gonna get a list of comments, an array list of comments, right? Okay, cool. So that's just something to keep in mind. So now what I could do is I could go here and create a list of comments, right? So I know that I will need a list of comments. I need an adapter. So I already created the adapter here. See the comments adapter. All right, so here is the adapter. Okay. Now if we open the forums list, I'm gonna copy a lot of code from here. So basically, I know that I need an adapter. I also need a layout manager, right? So here is the list. Here we are. I need an adapter. I need a list, but this list of a comment, I'll call it comments, right? List of comments. I need an adapter, right? And basically, I will set up the recycler view very, very similar way, right? So basically, in the onCreate view here, we will copy this code. Right, here we are, and we're gonna put it here. That's the same exact code that we had here, right? And then this one is the adapter. So basically the adapter is gonna be called the comments adapter. Here it is, the comments adapter. Then you have an ML layer set up to this. This is all boilerplate, right? So setting the adapter. Now inside that adapter here, comments dot size, that's what the get count, right? And then we will look at this recycler view. So basically, let's have a look at again the forum list. Okay, if you look at the adapter here, we have this inflator. I'll just copy that inflator just for the sake of experimenting here. So here's the inflator, right? And that's the onCreate view holder. So basically that's very similar, but if you look, I already have the comment list item. So basically comment list item, you see it has 1 2 3 and it has trash can. So I'll just say, instead of it being forum list item, it's the comment list item, right? And then this is a new, and we have to use the comment holder. Here is the comment holder. Here it is, right? So we create the comment holder, and it gives you this. Cool. So now we're good here, right? Very, very similar. Now the onBind, we'll look at it in a little bit, but then at the same story, these are the comments, right? And we need to create comments and so on. So before we do that, let's do the create comment, just for the sake of we're experimenting here. Or let's do the async test to get the comments. Same story. So we'll do a class. We'll say, for example, get comments task extends async task. I don't know what the types are going to be. So how do I figure out what types are going to be? Let's say data services dot get get forum comments, I need the token and I need the forum ID. Cool. So I need two things. So basically I'm going to create a constructor, right? So basically I'm not going to pass any information, void, and maybe a string to show if things are going okay. And then it's good. There will be a list, an array list. It will return an array list of comment. Okay. So now we go here and we need a constructor to pass it the forum ID. And okay, so here we are. We need a constructor. So here is the constructor. Public, here's the constructor, and it will have two parameters. One of them is the string, which is the token, and the forum ID, right? And here we are. That's a long, right? And we'll have two parameters here, string token, m token, and similarly we will have a long m forum ID, right? And then we'll say this dot m forum ID equal forum ID, this dot token equal token. Here we are. So we have that, and then similarly we'll do this here. So basically when we are here, we'll say data services dot get all forums, return here it is, return data services dot get forum comments, the m token, the forum ID, the m forum ID. That's basically what's going to happen here. And then this is going to be surrounded by a try catch. We can publish progress, we return null here, and so on. So basically that's this, and that calls it. And then on post execute, we check to see if the comments, or this is the retrieve, the received comments, comments list, right? Comments list, here it is. That's the received one, right? That's the received one. Is not equal to null, right? What we're going to do is that we're going to say comments dot clear, that clears all of them, and then comments dot add all the received comments list, and then we'll say the adapter dot notify data has changed. Notify data has changed, and we're good to go. So basically that's what we're going to do here, and basically we're going to call that task here. There it is. And the first parameter is the token, so mauth response dot get token, and then this is the mforum dot get forum ID dot execute. That executes the async task to get you the list of comments, right? That's one, right? So that's when you get the list of comments, right? That's how you will get the list of comments. Now the adapter, let's see. So basically that's the adapter. Now what about creating a comment? So let's say we want to create a comment. So we create another async task, class create new comment task, extend async task, and here we go. So now I don't know exactly what it is going to need, but let's see. So we say data services dot create comment. You need a token, forum ID, and the string text for the comment. Cool. So basically it's very similar to the constructor that we have here, right? So I'll copy this, right? So basically you need a token. Here's the token, and also you need the text. So we'll have a string comment text, right? And you're going to be sending this also here, string comment text, and we'll say that this dot comment text equal comment text, right? So we'll do that. Let's call it m comment text just to match to the same approach, and the constructor has the same name as the class name, and we're good to go here. So we're going to send void string. Now what does it return? Does it return a comment, or what does it return? So let's see. Data services dot create comment. It returns back a comment. Cool. I don't know if we need the comment, but anyhow, so it's going to return a comment. So I'm just going to put a comment here. So basically there's going to be a comment. Here it is. Now we need to create the do in the background. Here we are. And then the same story. We'll say return data services dot create comment, the token, the forum ID, and then the m comment text, right? So that's this. And then similarly we go here and we surround by try catch, and Now on post execute. Now if everything goes well, this means that you want to refresh the list. So to refresh the list, we will do this. We will do the same exact thing. So basically to refresh the list, we can use the token. So basically I can use the token here, m token, right? And then the forum ID I already have it as a parameter. So I'll say m forum ID. So basically to refresh the token, to refresh the list, I just call get comments task. It will refresh it. It will notify the adapter and all of that stuff. So now to create a new task, right? So to create a new task, where is that going to happen? To create a new task, this means this is when you click on the button, right? When you're clicking on that button, the submit button here, we just need to check to see if there is some text. So how do we do that? String the edit text comment. Sorry, this is the comment text. Get text dot to string, right? To string, right? If comment text is empty, I'm going to show an error message, else we're going to call the method. So basically if it's empty, we'll say a toast get activity, and we'll say enter comment. Otherwise we're going to actually create an instance of this create new comment, right? New create new comment. Now it needs some parameters. One of them is the token, mauth.get token, mforum.get ID, get forum ID, and then the comment text is the comment text, and then executes. Dot execute. Here it is. And we're good to go. That's how you create a comment, right? Now when you create a comment, if everything goes well, it's going to refresh the list. So let's run it and see. And that will be the first time that list works. Let's see. All right. And we click on the forum. There are some comments included here, which is pretty interesting. I don't know where they came from. Probably there are some comments that are associated with them. So just as an example, it seems. But anyway, so now if we want to show these comments, let's show them. So basically we have to go back here and in the view holder do stuff, right? It's in here. So basically this one is, you're gonna say comment. We can retrieve the comment, say comment equals find comment. For example, we could say this is the comments.get at position, right? So that's the comment, right? And then in the holder we can set up comment, right? So basically in the holder we could say public void setup comment, and you pass a comment, and it's going to set up the comment. Now if we go back to the comment list item, I need to copy these and set them up correctly in the let's copy this function, this fragment name, paste it here, and I need to copy these text views and image views to show some stuff. So copy. Okay, Control C, the forum fragment, go all the way here. In here we need to get these parameters, the holder, set up the holder correctly. Here's the holder. I need some text views. Here's text view to hold something. Here's the description. Okay, we have the description. We also have the owner. Okay, and then we have the view date. Oh, it's date. Okay, it's called date. That's weird, but let's see. And then you have the delete. And that's an image view. The last one is an image view, so we'll call it image view. Okay, cool. So now we have these. Now let's just have a look again at what they are. Okay, this one is gonna be, you need the date also. Cool. So the date is one of them. Perfect. So now we will copy a lot of the code that we already have. But anyway, so we have description, we have an owner, and we have the date when it was done. Okay, cool. So now we'll do the same thing here. This one equals item view dot find view by ID. It's all repetitive code. r.id dot this description, and you have the owner also. Here is the owner. Here's the owner, and you have the date. Cool. And also you have the image view which is also going to copy this, put it here, and you have the delete image view. Cool. So here it is. Cool. So now we can set up the description. We'll say text view dot date. We'll look at the date in a little bit. The description dot set text. We have the comment dot. We have the comment. So basically, oh no, not here. We're not going to do that here, but we already have them, so we're good to go. Now the delete, we can actually address the delete here. We could say we have the delete comment here, right? So we could say, I don't think we can do it here. So basically, it's all here in the setup comment, and setup comment is going to be called here because you have the view holder dot setup. We will say holder dot setup. Okay, why the setup is not? Oh, it shouldn't be here. This method should be inside the holder. Okay, setup comment, and you pass it the comment. Now when you have that comment, now you can do stuff. So basically one of them is you could say the text view description dot set text comment dot get the comment text, right? So that's one, right? Now similarly the owner text dot text view owner, right? Get, I think it's got get created by dot get name, right? So that's this. Then text view the date. So the date will follow the same thing that we did with the simple formatter that we used in the forums list. Here it is. I'll just do a simple formatter. Here it is, and then this is the date, and basically it's just going to be the date. So basically we'll do this. We'll say comment dot created at and so on. So that becomes this. Now we run it. Let's have a look and see if this shows up. Something shows up. All right, login. Okay, so you have these forums. We click on one of them, and you can see that there are, I pre-populated it with some, like see for example, the delete box shows up in all of them. Now the delete box only needs to show up if the user is the owner, right? So basically we'll say that if the comment dot created by get created by dot get UID, which is the user ID, is not equal to, or is equal to mauth dot get account dot UID. If it's equal to, then it's the same, else it's not the same, right? So now what we'll do is we'll say dot set visibility to visible, right? That's one, and otherwise it's invisible, right? Otherwise it's gonna be invisible, right? So then here also you can set up your if it's visible, then we'll say set on click listener, new on click listener, and you can set up the listener to do the deletion, delete the comment async, right? We can do that here, right? So that's one, right? So we are able now to show the comments, right? Here we are. Here are the comments. You click on one of the forum items and it shows you the comments. Here they are. Now, because also you are able to get the number of comments in the async task. So basically we have this async task that gets you the comments task, right? It gets you the comments, right? So what we could do also is we could specify the number of comments here. How? We have already the number of comments text view. Here it is. So basically when you come back, what you could say is that you could do this. You could say set text, and you could say, for example, the comments list dot get you get its size plus, and then you say comments. You can set up the text view for the number of comments also. So you here login in the async task that gets you the comments. I click here, and you can see here 3 comments, right? So now let's try to post a comment. Let's test something here. Let's say test, okay, and you click on post. Now you see it's 4. If you scroll all the way down, here is 4. Like click the test 1, and let's do it again. Post. Now it's 5. Here's test 1. And you can see that the delete is only beside the ones that you have created. And the same story, the delete, we will use the exact same mechanism. So basically we create an async task that takes care of the delete. Same story. I have class delete comment task extends async task, and similarly I will have to delete. Let's see, to delete I just need to test something. Data services dot delete comment, and to basically to delete a comment I need the comment ID, the forum ID, and the token. Cool. So I will have to create a constructor also similar to this one, but it has two IDs. So let's do this, and here we are. You have the forum ID, and we have also the comment ID. Okay, so now we have the comment ID and the forum ID. So comma, okay, m token, this equals to all right. So I have that. Here's the delete. Here we are. Now what we're going to send is nothing, so I'm going to send nothing, void, and maybe a string for the error, and then I'm just going to return void. Oh no, it's still boolean, just to show it was it successful or not successful, right? And implement the methods, and here we are, right? And let's say we data services dot delete. See, it doesn't return anything. Delete comment, the token, m token, and then I need the forum ID. This is the forum ID. Let's try again. Data services dot delete token, delete comment, need the forum ID. Okay, cool. So now the forum ID, which is the m forum ID, m comment ID. Cool. Now it needs a try catch. If it's successful, I'll return true, right? Otherwise, we are going to return false, right? So basically that's this. And then if everything goes well, we just need to refresh the list of comments. So basically, how do I do that? On post execute, we'll do the same thing as we did in when you create a new forum. We'll do the same thing here. We'll refresh by get me the new list. We'll do it here, right? If is successful, so we'll call this one is successful. If is successful, what we're going to do is we're going to refresh the list. How do you refresh the list? Is by calling the async task to refresh. Now that this is the delete task, and the delete is in the adapter. Here it is. The delete is inside here. Here's the delete. Okay. Now the delete needs the comment. So basically, I'm going to store the comment here, or even I just need the comment ID. So I can store long, say comment ID. I can do that here. See. And I could set it up here. Like for example, I could say comment ID equals comment dot get comment ID. So that's the ID. And then when you want to delete, I create a new async task, new delete comment task. Now this needs some parameters. The token mauth dot get token, and then the forum ID is mforum dot get forum ID, and then this is the comment ID dot execute. And here we go. That's how you delete, right? That's how you will delete. Run it again. Now let's have a look. Here it is, the list. Let's click on this one, and these are the comments I created. I can create some more. Let's say test, for example, and post. Now you could see that my comment is here. I can delete it. Here it is. You see now it's 3. I can delete it again. I delete another one. I mean, comment says 2, and I can delete comment says 3. I can go back. I can whatever. So basically, I can, unlike this one, I can log out, log in, and so on. So the whole idea is to use asyncs, fragment communication back and forth, and to basically handle recycle reviews. And that's basically the solution for this assignment. Please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.